one of the things that happens this time of year is EA Sports releases their ratings for the upcoming season. So they've done a whole bunch of the positions already. They have left defenseman, right defenseman. They have left wing. Oh, they have left wing, right wing, goalie, and center. They actually have all the positions. They're all out now. This is awesome then. Okay, well, let's start. Let's go in order that they announced them. Let's start with the left defenseman, where they have the number one left defenseman in the NHL as Quinn Hughes, 95 overall. Werenski, Yossi, Hedman, Dahlin are all 92, which I think I agree with, but I do think Father Time's maybe taking a run at Roman Yossi a little bit. So I maybe would have had him a little bit lower. I would have had Heiskanen a little bit higher. Slavin's a 90. I think Jacob Slavin actually probably should have been in that 92 group. I would imagine his defensive metrics are very, very high, and his offensive ones hurt him.
Defenseman in the NHL, in my opinion.
But yeah, best shutdown D-man. You probably could have bumped him up a little bit. Morrissey's a 90, no disagreement there. Jake Sanderson at 89 was honestly pretty surprising to me. I feel like he could have been a touch lower, but him in the same range as Forsling. Maybe I have a bit of a beef there. I would have maybe had Forsling up a bit and Sanderson down a little bit, but that's not bad. Right defenseman, obviously, Evan Bouchard is in the mix here. And this is where I do have a beef, because the left defenseman to right defenseman, it's skewed. Cale Makar's a 95, so they have him and Quinn Hughes as the same. That's fine. Adam Fox at 90 is fine in the context of considering where the left defensemen are. But the fact that on the left D-man, like Sanderson's an 89, Morrissey's a 90, Sanderson being an 89 and Evan Bouchard being an 88 is absolute bullshit. Every GM across the league would much rather have Evan Bouchard than Jake Sanderson on their team. Bouchard, in the context of this right defenseman ranking, is fine.
I think that's fair. Where he's placed.
But what the hell are we doing? We are well past having Evan Bouchard ranked the same as Dougie Hamilton, John Carlson, who's on the wrong side of 30 and taking steps back year after year. Dougie Hamilton, who can't stay healthy. Like, him being fourth on the right defenseman, I can see the path to it here. That is okay. Adam Fox had a bad year, that's fine. Charlie McAvoy, but one overall worse, that's fine. But it's the 88 rating being the same as Hamilton, Carlson, Doughty, then comparing it to the left defenseman where he is worse than every guy on the left defenseman list. That's bullshit. The Evan Bouchard disrespect is just, it's bad. EA got this one wrong. I have no problem putting my hand up and saying EA got the Evan Bouchard rating absolutely wrong. He's a 90 overall defenseman. Behind Makar and Hughes, he is right up there for best offensive defenseman in the NHL. He should be higher than Fox and McAvoy, although I can understand why maybe he's not with the way the ratings go, but he absolutely needed to be higher than 88.
For me, if Bouchard, he was an 88, you said?
Yeah.
Forsling's 89. Bush and Forsling should be 90s. Sanderson should be lower. That's my bugaboo. That's, yeah.
Sanderson absolutely shouldn't.
If Bush goes up, Forsling goes up too.
Yeah.
That's my...
Sure.
Yeah. I got a front row seat to that the last 2 years.
Fair. And that's totally fair. But like, Bouchard being worse than Sanderson and being the same rating as Dobson, like, come on. Doughty, come on. He's wrong side of 30. Carlson, come on. Hamilton's not as good offensively as Bouchard is. So that's my beef with the defensemen there. Left wingers. Obviously, no Oilers in the mix on this one. They went Kaprizov, Matt Tkachuk, Panarin, Kyle Connor, Jesper Bratt, I think is a bit high. Ovi, Hagel, Boldy. I actually think Boldy's a bit low. I like Boldy more than I like Bratt. Marchand, I think, is a bit high. People are way overvaluing Brad Marchand for what he did in the playoffs, which was amazing, but he is a 50 to 60 point guy at this stage in his career, not 89 overall. Jake Gensel should have been higher than Brad Marchand. Next. No Oilers to talk about there. Right wingers. And this is where I believe Zach Hyman should have gone. I think Zach Hyman belongs on this list. And I honestly am a little bit irked that he's not there, especially when you consider some of the names they did put on. Lucas Raymond is a damn good young player. And I know there will be people saying that, well, if Lucas Raymond played with Connor McDavid and on that power play, he would score a lot of goals. Sure. Kirill Marchenko, he will score 25 plus goals every year for a very long time. I like him. But the point is, last season, I know Zach Hyman had a step back productivity-wise. It wasn't his best year. He's still only 1 year removed from being, third in the league in goals? 54 goals that season. One of the better playoff performers of the last 3-4 seasons. I think Zach Hyman probably could have gotten a little bit more respect on this list. Clayton Keller, Mitch Marner, William Nylander, Sam Reinhart, Mikko Rantanen, David Pastrnak, Nikita Kucherov, all better than him. Marchenko, Mark Stone, he's taking a step back. So if you're punishing Hyman for a step back, I think you should punish Stone for his step back. Marchenko, Raymond, Stone, Hyman should have been somewhere in that 89 overall range. Or those guys are just a little bit too high, and they should have been knocked back to wherever Hyman is. So there's my beef with the right wingers. Goalies, I didn't have a ton of issues with the goalie list. It goes Hellebuck 94. The other goalies that are above 90, Vasilevsky, Shesterkin, Sorokin, Bobrovsky, and Ottinger. Bob probably deserves to be higher, sure. Philip Gustafson at 89, feel like he should be lower. This, to me, just illustrates that there is a very clear upper class of NHL goalies. Hellebuck, Vasilevsky, Shesterkin, Sorokin, Bobrovsky, Ottinger. Like, all of those guys, I would trust to some extent to guide my team to a Stanley Cup.
Well, sometimes their own coaches won't, and Jake Ottinger's
Well,
case.
that's also fair. I just think it falls off fast in the NHL, and they're too gradual with this. It should go, the 6 guys who are 90s are all 90s, and then it should absolutely fall to like 86 or 85.
I was going to say they should all be 87s as is the top of the next tier for me of these guys. Gustafson at 89. He's been good. He's been struggled. Like, there's too much flip-flop in there.
Yep. Which does tie
Demko's injury, something, I hope that's scaled very high. Cause
Yeah.
you got to take that into account. If you simulate Demko's getting injured.
I do also think this ties in a little bit to like the Oilers conversation of like, I really do think there are those 6 goalies in the NHL, and I think the fall off is that drastic. And I think it's like obviously very hard to get one of those 6. How many of them have changed teams in their careers? Bob changed teams twice. The other guys are probably all going to be like wire to wire with the franchise that brought them into the NHL. It's hard to get one of those upper echelon guys. The middle, I think, gets mushy in a hurry, where like from 7 till probably 15, I think there's a lot of really similar caliber goalies. So no beefs there. The last one EA Sports had was obviously centerman, and obviously Connor McDavid is number 1 on the list at a very fitting 97. But here's what I have to say to you, EA Sports. Why are we afraid of 99s? Connor McDavid's very obviously the best player in the NHL.
Madden does it.
Madden does it all the time. If you were to craft a hockey player, Connor McDavid's about as perfect as you could craft. Why is he not a 99 overall? Don't be afraid of the 99s. No one's going to come along in the next 10, 15 years that's going to be better than Connor McDavid. So just make him a 99. It's okay to set that bar. It's okay to have a bit of separation. I digress. McDavid should have been a 99. He's still number 1. McKinnon and Draisaitl are 96s. I will hand up say, bit of Austin Matthews disrespect here. I think Matthews is in that 95 plus range. Again, he was hurt last year. I think that obviously plagued him to an extent, but I think Matthews could have been a little bit higher on this list.
We know what he's capable of doing.
Just how many guys on this list can score you 60 goals?
Exactly.
There are 4 of them. It's McDavid, McKinnon, Draisaitl, and Matthews. If you want to put Matthews and Barkov the same, because you go, one guy is elite defensively, but one guy's just the elite goal scorer, sure, put them the same. But again, small potatoes here. They're pretty much right next to each other in the ratings.
For me, looking at this, your 99 McDavid argument as well. Nathan McKinnon at a 96, I feel like just isn't high enough. That
right?
also
Like
could
it should
apply.
be like it should be McDavid a 99, then McKinnon at like a 97, and then maybe like Draisaitl, Matthews, Barkov 95, 96, and then
just
everyone
one
else
below McKinnon. I would do.
Yeah, it's a little wonky, but all in all, I think they got the order pretty close to right here with the top centers. So there you go. EA Sports dropping their top 10s. The new EA game, you can pre-order now to get 7-day early access. I think it drops right away. Like, it's not that far away. I think they drop it before the season starts. So September 12th. So if you pre-order, you can get it in like a week. So
shout out my birthday.
There you go.
Let's go.
Shout out to our friends at EA Sports.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.